Okay, so let's start. Thank you for your time today. Jordan, it's an honor to talk to you. Dream Theater is coming back to Brazil in May 2026 for 6 shows in a very special 3 hours format. How are you feeling about returning to Brazil in this new phase of the band?
Um, yeah, I feel amazing about it. Brazil is an incredible place for Dream Theater. We have so many fans there, and probably not a day goes by in my life when I don't hear somebody say, "When are you coming to Brazil? When are you coming to Brazil?" Especially if I do like a live stream and I'm playing some music or something like that. That's guaranteed to be, part of it. So, and this time we're coming back and playing a number of different cities, and we're coming back with Mike Portnoy again on the drums. So it should be an amazing time for everybody. So I feel good.
Yeah. And you are celebrating 4 years of Dream Theater while also entering a new creative phase with the new album and the classic lineup. From your perspective, what makes this moment so special for the band?
Well, a lot of things. When Mike came back, it was a very emotional thing for us all. It was just very meaningful, even though he was gone for a long time. And the band did very well while he was gone. We won a Grammy. We had an incredible drummer that was with us for 13 years in Mike Mangini. But when he came back, it was just, like an amazing thing because, Mike not only is a great drummer, but he also brings so many things to the band beyond the drums, just really much more than that. He's, a very creative person with a lot of energy and a lot of perspective about the business and of rock and roll and how the band should do different things. And, again, we were fine, but we're even better now that he's back and he can. We basically handed him the keys to be able to do all the things that he's so good at. A simple example, maybe even being writing the set lists, for us. So that is part of what created this next phase. Plus the fact that John Petrucci came up with a great concept for our newest album, Parasomnia. Sleep disorders. It was kind of interesting because we are Dream Theater and talking about
Yeah,
dreams and sleep, and it just made sense. And it was also a really cool topic for us to kind of dive into compositionally and lyrically. So altogether, it kind of creates this great new kind of chapter after so many years. It's which is incredible.
yeah. About the new album, what does this album represent to you from the band and everyone?
Um, I think it's in a way, it was a lot of pressure to be under, to have this, start again with Mike Portnoy. There was a lot of anticipation. Everybody's wondering, what are we going to do? And the pressure kind of was on. But I think we're all really good at kind of saying, you know what, guys, we're just these five guys. We write music, we do our thing, have enough confidence to just kind of like do what we do and, to really bring the music out, like, of all of us, even beyond the pressure from the outside world and all that kind of stuff. So the fact that we did that, and I feel like we did it in a very successful way, where we brought a great album together and now we can bring it to the world, it just represents to me this kind of where this band is at and the real capabilities of all the members. And when you put them all together, what's possible.
Yeah. So, like you said, all the this album is about dreams and lines between reality and nightmares. How
Mm.
did you translate that theme into your keyboard sounds, textures, on the overall atmosphere across those 7 1 minutes?
Yeah. Well, I was also inspired by the whole theme of the album. For me, as someone who's always been into um, sounds, synthesizers, all kinds of different sonic colors, it was a chance to, really do a lot and to dig deep, to find great, cool, mysterious sounds and sounds that, were haunting. But not only that, the album has a lot of orchestral kind of sounding elements. And so I had to, think about that a lot. And really every year that goes by, the technology really gets better and better. So like things like my orchestral sounds get even cooler. Like at this point in time, I have an incredible collection of sounds that not only just like work for Dream Theater, but they're amazing. Like, if you want some incredible brass sound that's super powerful, like with all the different sound libraries that I use and things I play from my keyboard, I kind of have, well, through the years and also just with all the technology, gotten all the ones that I think are really, really great. And I can put them on I can add them to the music. And as somebody who is, in charge of pretty much all the sounds other than guitar, bass, and drums and the voice, I mean, there's a lot of sonic territory to go into, a lot of cool sounds to make, whether it be like a music box or the sound of, like a large group of trombone players or some kind of like weird effect, haunting sound. Or so there's a lot of different sound colors to choose from, and this album was a good chance to kind of get into that kind of creation.
Yeah. And as a keyboard player, is there a particular song or section on Parsonia where you feel you reached something really new, whether in terms of sound, design, or interaction with John's guitar?
Yeah. Um, there's a lot of places where I think that the sounds are doing some really cool, mysterious stuff. Maybe even in the beginning of something like Midnight Messiah, there's a very haunting kind of sound that happens in back of it, and it's created with this instrument called the osmos. It's made by a company called Expressive E. Or just from a playing perspective, like the piano solo on Shadow Man Incident. There's like kind of a Latin sounding piano solo in that song. And I thought that was something unique for Dream Theater and has a special kind of flavor. So, there's a lot of different stuff, but those are a couple of places that I think are cool.
Cool. Uh, the Brazilian dates follow the an evening with a Dream Theater format, with around 3 hours of music. Parasonia performed in full, 3 years of a change of seasons and the other classics. How do you structure the concert like that so it feels like a complete journey for the audience?
Well, so as you might know, when we come down to play for you guys, we'll be doing all of Parasomnia. We'll be doing a change of seasons, similar to what we've been doing most recently. And then Mike will pick, the catalog songs from, that he thinks that we feel are the most, that are going to be ones that people will really want to hear and will balance out the show as well. So, yeah, it's going to be a big night of music and a lot of cool videos, and lighting is amazing, lasers. It's going to be, for those people who have seen Dream Theater before, it's going to be us at like the biggest production that we do. And for those people who maybe haven't seen us before, it's a cool time to come and see us because of those same reasons. It's a big show.
Yeah. For me, will be the first time I will attend to in Curitiba date.
Oh,
Will be my
but you
first concert.
but you've seen Dream Theater before or never before?
I saw on Rock in Rio, but by live stream, so
Oh,
it's not the
oh, wow.
same.
Oh, that should be pretty fun. Cool.
Yeah. So, A Change of Seasons is a landmark piece for your fans, and now it's being celebrated with a full performance 30 years later. What does it mean to you play it entirely in 2026 side by side with brand new conceptual album like Parasonia?
Mm-hmm. Well, The Change of Seasons is one of these like Dream Theater epic tracks. It's long. It's very personal to Mike Portnoy because he wrote all the lyrics. But from a musical point of view, even though I wasn't one of the composers of that song, I still think it's a great tune. It's a great composition, and and I see the audience reaction to it as well because it has a lot of dynamics. It goes from very mellow and nice to all of a sudden it's big and majestic and grand, and it takes you for a ride, which is very much, like what Dream Theater is about. These progressive, epic musical journeys. And so it's great to bring that back because it has a lot of meaning all around. Personally, musically, just the timing of it certainly is important.
Okay. About the reunion, the classic lineup, how does that chemistry feel on stage in 2025 and 2026 compared the early years of the band?
How does what? Say it one more time. Sorry, I missed something.
Uh, okay, how does that chemistry feel on
Chemistry. Oh,
stage?
oh,
Yeah,
oh, got it.
exactly.
That's the word I didn't get. Oh, well, when I first joined the band, it was 27 years ago, right? And so this is revisiting that chemistry, and like we missed that in the 13 years that Mike Portnoy was gone. We did fine. We had great shows. Still a good band, but there's something pretty magical about
Yeah,
having Mike with us. I mean, there's no question that he has a very particular kind of charisma that you see how he interacts with the fans and has fun with them, and how that also affects us also when we're playing. Our whole interaction on the stage, it's different. It's really different. There's details you could point out about what makes it different, but I think the biggest thing to understand is that it's something it's palatable. You can really feel it and you can see it, and the fans have been really reacting to that in a positive way, which is great.
okay. You will be playing in 6 cities on Brazil in the next tour. So, what comes to your mind when you think about Brazilian audience and how Dream Theater is received here?
Well, I mean, we've been playing in Brazil for many years, and luckily, it's one of the places when we come back to South America that we can always come back to. The same is not true about some of the other countries for a variety of reasons. Maybe it's financial or political or travel arrangements, or whatever it is. We always come back to Brazil, so it's kind of like a second home for Dream Theater, which is
Yeah,
why we have this amazing relationship with the fans who are always saying, "Come back to Brazil, come to Brazil." So, when I think of Brazil, I think kind of along those lines, like, yep, it's one of our places, and here we come again, and
yeah,
it feels like a homecoming or something, like it's just I look forward to being there because not only are the fans incredible, but I also have many friends there, many guitar heroes outside of John Petrucci that are from Brazil that I
yeah.
talk to a lot, and learn from. And I don't know, it just has a lot of, meaning from all the years of relationships with Brazil, both on a very personal level and also from a band perspective.
Yeah. After record like Parasonia, what do you still feel would you like to explore as a musician and as a band?
Um, well, I mean, personally, as a musician, my whole life is music, and I'm always doing lots of different things, from my own like rock albums, progressive rock, to just music that's more based just around the piano. Now I'm getting ready. Also, I have a big headlining concert at a Bach festival, Johann Sebastian Bach, where I'll be
Oh,
playing keyboards for that. So there's a lot of different avenues to express myself musically, emotionally, that's what I'm all about, So I'm also, coming from a place where I really am very involved with the future of music in terms of the technology. So I'm working on projects like at MIT, the Media Lab here in Boston, Massachusetts, where we're doing some great stuff using the latest technology. Um, and then as far as the band stuff goes, I feel like we were, given this opportunity to kind of like keep on going. Mike came back, and it gave us some more energy and excitement, and it'd be fun to get in the studio again and just keep on seeing where this combination of musical minds and energies takes us, because that's what Dream Theater is all about. It's not one guy. It's all of us getting in a room, and we offer what we offer, and then the music emerges. So, yeah, see how it goes.
yeah. You mentioned about technology. So, how do you see tools like AI and new software changing the way progressive music will be created in next 10 or 20 years?
Well, I mean, I think that it goes beyond like just progressive music. It's maybe the if you don't mind, the question should be, how do you see AI affecting the,
Yeah,
music in the next 10, 20 years? Well, from my personal point of view and experience, I've always been interested in the way technology can kind of expand our creativity, how it can be used as a tool, and what does it really mean for creative people? Like, what can we do? What can we do with this technology? Partly thinking of it as like a tool, like the things that'll be like in every DAW system, in every engineer's, computer when they're working, that will, and like, these days people use things like, Melodyne, or it's a
yeah,
pitch correction, or they use, or if you're working with MIDI, you can do quantization. There's copy, there's paste, there's, rhythm correct. There's all kinds of tools like the, there's been no shortage of developments in terms of before AI. There's
yeah,
just been a million things that people use, and many things that are out there that many people never tried, but they're also tools. So the question is, what of the latest advancements using AI, since that's what you asked about, what are those tools that will affect what's going on in the future? And I think a lot of things will affect what's going on in the future. One of the things that's been useful to millions of musicians all around the world, that many of them don't even know is AI, is this whole like track splitting. Like the company that actually is was based in Brazil, Moises, Moises. They're from Brazil. I don't know if you know who they are, but they put out a product that is all about being able to take a mix, an audio mix, and then you could say, I want to separate I want to separate this, and all of a sudden you have the drum track, the
yeah,
bass track, the guitar track, the vocal track. An incredible tool. So that's a pretty good example of like what AI could mean to, the way that people are working with music or learning music. Um, yeah, I just think that there's incredible things that can happen, using AI in all different forms and directions within music. I also think that, AI is so powerful that it can be very scary for people, and people are threatened by it because they feel like maybe it'll take their jobs. And I mean, what can you say? This technology is moving so fast, and it's freaking us all out because we've never seen anything like it. But we also can't like just say no, no, no to it because it's everywhere. And it's going to be everywhere. We can't stop the clock and go back, but we can hope
Yeah.
that, people, we can only hope that there's some responsibility, when people in these big companies are putting it out there, because nobody wants to see the end of the world based on some like advanced technology that went too far. But let me just, before I finish answering this, let me just step back from that a second, because I'm just a simple musician. So my interest again, how can we use it? What kind of cool things can we do that would be like really, really like amazing and fun and interesting? And that's my interest. That's what I'm exploring. And I think there are a lot of really fun, cool things that can happen. And the final thing is I'm working at MIT, which is the big, engineering university in
Yeah.
Boston, Massachusetts. I'm working with them on a model. It's called Jambot. We're trying to take my musical brain and we're trying to put it in a model so that the end result is I can interact with it and I can jam and play,
Yeah.
and it can listen to what I'm doing and respond accordingly. So we create this cool interaction between my mind and the model of my mind. So I'll leave you thinking about that.
Oh, very cool. So
Okay.
just to finish,
Yeah.
uh, what message would you like to send to your Brazilian fans who already got the tickets for 2026 tour and those who might see Dream Theater live for the very first time, like me?
Wow. Well, I'm excited for those of you who are seeing us for the first time. I think it should be an amazing celebration, and the the chances are very good that it'll look cool and sound good, and be a great night, great event. And for the ones who already bought the tickets, well, then hey, we're gonna have an amazing time. It's gonna be we're back. We're gonna be back. Everybody keeps saying, "When are you coming to Brazil? Come to Brazil." All right, we're coming. It's happening. Hopefully everybody will be able to come out and see us, and we'll all just celebrate together.
Okay. So thank you for your time and was good to talk to you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Have a great holiday.
Thank you for you too. Bye
Okay,
bye.
then.